Hello, welcome to Among Us. Today I will be teaching the basics of how to play the game, explore and explain the most common map called Skeld, show you how to do all the tasks on that map, and give some basic information and tips on being an imposter and catching an imposter as crewmate on the map as well. I'll be doing this on free play here on Skeld, as you can see. So let's get into it. Alright, here we are on Skeld. This is the most common map. First piece of information, this is the cafeteria. Everyone spawns here. What's around here is, first off, you see this button in the center of this table. That is the emergency button. You can click and you can click use, and that'll instantly bring it to a discussion phase by calling an emergency meeting. But everyone has a limited amount of those, so use those wisely. Next off, a basic mechanical thing. On the right up here, there is a map button. You can click that and you can see the entire map of the area. These exclamation points are your tasks, so you can find them easily, and this is you. It'll match what you look like. So it helps you get around and know where you are and know where your tasks are. It moves as you move, so for instance, it can take you right here to your task. You know there is a task around there that you can find. Speaking of tasks, you can also see them up here on the top left, and this can be closed and opened just by clicking on it. Now it's probably a good idea to take a tour of the map. First off, we're in the cafeteria, as I said. You can leave this three directions: to the right, down, and to the left. In the cafeteria on the top, there are some tasks. There are two on the right side and one on the left over here. Unfortunately, in free play, it takes a very long time to move, so to speed this up, I'm kind of going to cut out little bits of movement here and there, but we're going to start this tour by going to the left. Right here, we're going to start here and go to the left. The first place that you reach here is the med bay. You can see labels all around this map pointing to where it goes: cafeteria to the right, engine to the left from here, and you can tell this is a med bay by the health symbols. But when you enter the med bay, there are a few tasks. Here is the med scan, and here is inspecting vials. I'm not going to give much more information on that, but that's everything in the med bay. Upon leaving the med bay, you can go left here and you reach the upper engine. The upper engine has three tasks. You can see them all on the screen. On the top wall, right around here, is accepting the diversion of power. Here you can fuel the engine, and here you're aligning the upper engine output. But when we're going to go to the other end and leave this area. Now we're heading down, and we've reached an intersection between reactor and security. This up here is a security camera. It can see what's happening, but only if the red light is on, and that is actually ran out of security, so I'm going to go show you this camera right now. You can go here, you can click security, and you can see various parts on the map. Up here is where we were earlier. This is the entrance of the med bay. You can see the cafeteria to the right, engine to the left. So this is the top. This is the left side of the map where we just walked in. This is actually the bottom of the map, and this is the right side of the map. So you can actually see whatever is happening in these areas. Perhaps you can catch someone killing. At least you'll know who's with who. It's a very good detective tool. Outside of that, in security, there really is only this one task on the wall, which is just clicking a button, and some wires over here. Also a vent, which we'll discuss more when discussing imposters. Now I will head over to reactor. It's right here, so I'm not going to really cut it off. And there is a few tasks here. There is this, which is 1 through 10. It's unlocking manifolds. There is start reactor. This is the death of everybody. It takes ages. Power diversion. Basically, whenever you see a yellow line next to a panel, it is accepting power, and it's just a simple click of a button. And whenever you see something with a lightning bolt like that, it is just fixing wires. But there is two vents here. They lead to two different areas. Remember, only imposters can use vents, but that's everything here in the reactor except a little bit of an emergency, which I will show you by quickly becoming an imposter and setting off the emergency and showing you how it works. Okay, I'm back and I am an imposter, and I'm going to just set off this emergency really quick. I'll discuss those more when discussing being an imposter, but this is just to help you as a crewmate. So here we go, reactor, the emergency is off. You can tell it says reactor meltdown up here, and you have a time. If you do not get it off in the time, the game will end and the imposters will win. It'll also have yellow and red flashing arrows. That will only lead you to emergencies if you see yellow and red flashing arrows. If this is happening, get to the reactor, click use, and hold to stop the meltdown. Unfortunately, you have to wait for a second person to do it at the same time, but that will turn it off. Unfortunately, in this situation, we don't have anyone else playing, so the imposters would theoretically win. But that is how you deal with one of these emergencies in the reactor. There's really no reason why I can't do this whole tour as an imposter, so I'm going to do that just in the sake of doing sabotages and such. You can then head down from the reactor. You reach lower engine, again, except power diversion, and the same two tasks as upper engine. It's basically the same thing but flipped. Another vent, and you can see the sign pointing to engine. And we leave here to the right, and we come down, and we are now in electrical. This is a pit of death. Everyone dies here very often. Here, you can fix lights. Actually, to do this best, I will need to do a couple of changes, but I'll show you. There are tasks in the back here. This one, which is a difficult one, some wires. This is where you generate the power diversion, and that is a download. You basically stand at that panel for 10 seconds. I'm going to show you what the light sabotage looks like, or how to fix it, but first off, I'm going to actually, I'll turn off the lights, become a crewmate, so you can see how it looks as a crewmate and fix it as a crewmate. Okay, so I'm still an imposter. I actually just turned off the lights, and as you can see, as imposter, you just see the same as you did before. But when I become a crewmate, basically turn off this imposter thing. Again, this is free play, so this is not you can't just choose, but you can barely see around you, so people can move freely about, and the imposters have a lot more ability to actually kill people. But going back here to electrical, you can actually get to this light panel here. You click use, and you want all of these lights to be green. So you do that, and voila, the lights are now back on. And that is everything in electrical. And this concludes the left side of the map, because when you go here to the right, you're in storage. This is now right below the cafeteria, so you could get here from the cafeteria. But yeah, so the electrical area leads into storage. I will go back to the cafeteria, become an imposter, and I will lead you down from there. I am back as an imposter. We are leaving the cafeteria down. This is the admin room. There is wires, upload. After anyone does a download anywhere else in the map, they will have to come here to do their upload. Piece of important information. Here is something called the admin table. It shows you where everyone is at the map if they are in one of the green areas. And each head will represent either a living person or a dead person or a person in the vent in that area. You can actually use this to catch imposters, which I'll discuss later on. But then here is card swipe. This is a common task. And this is part of an emergency. You can actually turn this off as imposter or crewmate, but I will set off this emergency so that you can see it. And voila. What do you do to fix it? You walk up to it, you click use, and you enter this code here. So 24798. Enter, and there you go. You turned off one half of it. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to make it to the other half. Someone else would have to do it. In a normal game, you move faster, so you probably can get both. But here we can't, so I'm just going to pause it and wait to let the time. That's only 5 seconds. But anyways, we're just going to leave admin. It's going to tell us that the game would have been over. You leave the admin and you go down, and we are in storage. In storage, again, there is only a couple of tasks. There's some wires there. Here is the gas can. There is a task here where you go from gas can to upper engine, back to the gas can, to lower engine to fuel the engines. And then here is the second part of any trash task. The way that this works is basically you do trash either in O2 or the cafeteria, and then you come here and you do it again, and it is a visual task. I'll explain that later on. But anyways, that's everything in storage. And this meets you to the bottom area. This kind of is the bridge of the right. So we will go back to the cafeteria and head right to show you that. Okay, we're back in the cafeteria. Going right here out of the cafeteria, there is weapons. This is a download, another power diverter, and then there is the actual weapons task, which is clearing asteroids. It's a lot of fun, and it's a visual task. You can leave that going down. You will reach O2 on your left and navigation on your right. Here there is the other part of the O2 emergency, power diverter. You can clean the filter over here, and this is a garbage clearing task, the first half of it. Here in navigation, again, we have power diversion, some wires, download. This is charting course. It's a pretty simple one, and a calibrating navigation, another very simple and quick task. Nothing too long here, but then you head down in this little weird area. There's a camera, there's a vent, and you reach shields. This is a power diversion task as well, and this is a visual task where you can fix the shields. It's pretty quick, nothing too significant here. Again, I will show all the tasks kind of rapid fire at the end and say their names and describe the tasks and how to do them. Here's communications, power diversion, download, and then there is actually a sabotage here, but it's not a very commonly used sabotage. This will not hinder anyone's vision and will not end the game, but I can turn it off real quick so you can see. You basically, if you were not an imposter, you could not see your tasks, and the taskbar would be gone. So it makes it just a little more frustrating as a crewmate, but it's not significant. But to fix it, you click use, And then basically you kind of have to make the right side match up with the left side by turning this knob. My recommendation is do it slow, because this is actually the hardest one to fix. And you have to kind of be patient, because when you wait for a little bit when you're in the right spot, their red light will start to turn on. But it'll also start sounding better and looking better. Oh, I fixed it. Okay. So I fixed the emergency there. And that concludes the tour of the map, because you go left and you are in storage. So the left side of the map is the med bay, the upper engine, lower engine, reactor, and security. Bottom is just admin and storage. And right side would be weapons into O2, into navigation, to shields, to communications, and back to storage. It's a complete circular map. Everything is labeled on the bottom of the screen and on the walls. It shouldn't be too hard to get lost. But if you are lost and you're looking for your tasks, again, just click this map. And that concludes your tour of the map. From here, we're going to talk about tasks. As you can see by the left side of my screen, I'm completely crazy and gave myself every single task in the game, because I can do that here in free play. I'm basically just going to go explain what the types of tasks are and what they look like and how it works for every single task in the game really quickly, as fast as possible. But before we get into that, I just need to explain a couple of things. There are a few different types of tasks in the game. There are short tasks, which entire qualification means it's quick. There are long tasks, which means they take a while. They can either just take a while to do, or you have to wait for it to do a second part, like a two-part task. There are some multi-part tasks, and there are some visual tasks. Visual tasks means that only you can tell a person is a crewmate upon completing it if visual tasks are turned on in your settings, because you can see something specific. I will explain everything you will see so you know if someone's a crewmate. And there are common tasks, which means if one person has it, everyone has it. And if you don't have it, no one else does. So if someone's standing by it pretending to do that task, they are clearly faking the task. All right, so let me get into the tasks here in the cafeteria. I turned off tasks because it was covering too much of the screen, so you don't have to see it. But another important thing, if it's any multi-part task, I'm not actually going to do the full task. I'm just going to show you where it is and click it really quick and click off. But this is the first task. It is a download task in the cafeteria. You click download, that's it. This guy will go across the screen. You wait until it is finished, and then you close, and it'll eventually show you something. I'll show you that real quick. But you can see this yellow arrow. It is not flashing yellow and red. It means it's not an emergency. It's a second part to a task. Hopefully, you can actually see here, it is taking me to admin to upload the data. So if you have an unstarted task, it's white. A partly finished task, it is yellow. A completely finished task will show up in green. And emergencies are flashing in red. Right here is the next task, also in cafeteria. It is just a trash chute. You do this, you press, you pull, you hold, you click it, you pull, you hold, you let go once everything is gone, and it finishes the first half of it. For consistency's sake, I'm going to go the same route that I went the last time when we did the tour, but we're back in the medbay, and this here is the medbay scan. It is a visual task. When you do it, that animation will show, the green light will go up and down, and anyone around can see it, and you will know that you are clear. It will clear you completely from being imposter if you do this in front of someone else and visual tasks are on. Inspecting a vial here, you just basically click start, you press start, and you close. This is a long task. You come back in 60 seconds and click it again. I will show you what that looks like in a second. Okay, we are back, and the second part, you basically just see which one is red, and you click the button underneath it. Done. Okay, upper engine, you do to align engine output, you go like this. You grab that, and you slide it down there until it's green, and you're good. Okay, in reactor we have here, did I not give myself the reactor tasks? Oops, one sec. I now have the reactor tasks. This is the most annoying task in the entire game. It is very slow. You have 5 sets of this. Basically, it does something, you click the same corresponding spot. You go there, there. Don't mess it up because you'll have to start it over, and there are 5 of them. So, dun, dun, dun. Well, that's what happens when you mess up because I wasn't paying attention. All right, I'm going to quit it out here. Next task here is over here. You click use, and you just enter the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't type. But yeah, you do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There you go. Those are the reactor tasks done. Here in the lower engine, this is just doing the second half of aligning engine outputs. Again, I haven't done all the second parts of tasks because I need to do the first parts first, and most of those are going to be in electrical, which is next. This task is actually rather difficult. It is calibrating something. calibrating electrical things. You click this button here next to the corresponding number while the thing is spinning when it's lit up yellow. If you mess up, you have to start over again, so you just kind of try and time it a little early. That's a mess up right there, but right there. Let it spin around, you click it. You don't want to mess up, so right there. Perfect, task complete. And now I'm going to head left. I'm going to have a bunch of these to do to make it work, but basically you click this use. This is the first step of diverting power. It'll tell you which room you're going to. You just click that and you slide it up, and that is done. And then this is another download, so I'm going to have to do a few bit of these, but those are all the tasks here. There's also wiring, but it's not necessarily the first part. To the left of it's just the download. Same. Okay, we're in storage. There are 2 tasks. Remember, first thing, just going to grab this, pull it on down, and then this is a visual task, the second part of trash. So when I let go here, look below the panel. See that trash come out? That shows that you're a crewmate. If, again, visual tasks are on, you can come up here now, and this is the next task. It is the gas task. You basically click refuel there, and it'll fill it up with fuel. And I'm going to cut this out and go to upper engine and show you the next part, and then same with the lower engine. Okay, here we are. This is just how you fill the engines. I'm not going to really bother showing it for the rest of it, but that's that. And also all the power conversions, just to show you how to do that task really quickly. I have it everywhere on the map, but you basically just open it and you click that button in the middle and the task is complete. Again, you would do this again here and then go back to the lower engine, but I don't really need to show that. Trying to figure out where my wires are. Okay, I'm back here in admin. This is how wires work. There are 3 sets of them, but you click from the left and you bring it to the right of the same color. You don't do it the other way. It has to be left to right. And it goes like that, and then it'll take you to the next part. Here is upload. It is identical to download, but no matter where you download, you have to do the upload here in admin. So it goes like that. No big deal. I did forget to mention wires are a common task, so either everyone has it or no one has it. The other common task on this map here is going to be card swipe, and it works like this. If it doesn't say task complete, you didn't complete it, try again. There are no unique tasks here in communications. They're the same as the other tasks, so nothing to really say. This is a visual task here in Shields. You can do it from either right here, it's this panel, or right up here. I don't know why it works up here, but it does. Take a look here at the lights on the edge of the ship. They are currently off. It is a visual task for the first person that does it, because when you click here, you want to click all the red things to make them all white, and then you look here and now this is flashing. So if you're the first person to do it, it can be used as a visual task. We're going to head up to the next section of tasks. Okay, again, a bunch of common tasks that you see a lot all over the place, but here we got calibrating steering or something, I don't know. But you just click that. That's all you do. And here is charting course up here. And again, very simple. You click the spaceship, you drag it from point to point, all the way to your final chart, and you have finished this task. All right, here is O2. Again, 2 tasks. You can go here and you clear out the air filter. And that's pretty much all you do here. You just click the leaves and you drag them through there. And you do have another trash possibility here to start it off, but we already know how to do that, so I'm not going to show you. And we are now on to the final task. This is clearing asteroids. It is also a visual task. You will see over here there are 2 cannons. So when I click it, what you're doing is kind of a little mini game. You shoot the asteroids that come by, but when I click it, look at the thing I was talking about earlier. It is firing. You can see that if visual tasks are on, so you'll know someone is cleared if they're doing this, and that is firing. Again, you just need to shoot 20 of these, so it's a bit of a longer task, especially if you have aim like me. But it is done, and that is all the tasks in the entire map, at least the unique ones. Let me just take a look. You can actually see all of the things that I have unfinished. Our downloads and wires and trash chutes. All of these are halfway done. Basically, I've done all of the unique tasks in the game, so that is how you do those. To finish off this guide, I'm going to give you some tips about being an imposter, a bit of the explanation of the mechanics of being an imposter, and then a bit of stuff about being a detective, basically finding the imposter. I'm going to start with being an imposter first, so you can kind of know what to do and what to expect. First things first, I'm going to actually show you how to physically kill someone. It's not too difficult, but I will show you that. And that will also lead to one final mechanic of being a crewmate or imposter. Okay, I have found someone. And this is how you kill someone. You get near them, you make sure the red thing is around him, and you click kill. You will then kill him, he will fall over and look like a chicken leg. Now, you can run away, you can hide, or you can choose to report the body. Anybody in the game can report a dead body. You just click report. What happens when you click report? It brings you to the discussions phase where you properly talk it out and you then vote who you think it is. But since this is free play, again, they're just dummies, so they're voting anyways. To choose to vote someone, you click on someone. I always click, okay, whatever. Here, and then you click green if you want to vote for them. For me, in this situation, I'm just going to skip a vote. And whoever gets the most votes, that's what happens. If it's a tie, nothing happens. And voila, that is the entirety of the discussion phase. But that is an important thing to know as an imposter or a crewmate, and that is how you kill someone. Not entirely difficult. Another thing to note is sabotages. How to physically do them. You click sabotage. This is the O2 sabotage that I explained earlier. This is reactor, this is lights, this is comms. Everything else is closing doors. The way that this works is you click on the X and it'll close the doors in that area. So here, this is closed for 10 seconds. I will have to wait for 10 seconds for it to open again before I can walk past that door. One thing to note, these doors do interrupt with the other sabotages. You cannot call lights while doors are closed, for instance, and you cannot close a door while a sabotage is going off, so choose wisely. The final bit of legitimate mechanical information for imposters is vents. So how do you use a vent? You go to a vent, you click vent, and you click the arrows to show you where it goes. I will do this to show you where all the vents are. This is in the cafeteria. You can go here to the hallway outside of navigation on the right side, or you can go to admin. You can go between them all, and so on and so forth. That is where this vent goes. I will take you to the next vent now to explain its path. All right, here we are in navigation. I click this. You can only go here to the upper weapons area. So I'm going to click vent. That's how you get out of a vent as well. It helps you get to kills in areas and helps you move distance quick. The other vent in navigation will lead you to shields. Here I am in lower engine. I can vent from here to reactor on the bottom half. I can hop out here, and there's another vent here in the top half of reactor, which will take you to the upper engine. Those are all of the vents there. There is one last set of vents. The closest one here you can get to through medbay. So I'm going to hop into it in medbay, and you can then go to security and the back of electrical. This is why so many people die in electrical, because it's hard, you don't see the back very well, and you can vent there from multiple places. So those are all of the vents that you can enter as an imposter. Remember, crewmates cannot vent. So some minor tips about being an imposter. It is a good idea to fake tasks. Do not fake any visual tasks. So do not fake this at all, because they will know you're faking it right away, assuming visual tasks are on. You can then also check your tasks. It is a good idea to check for wires or card swipe, because these are common tasks. So if you do not see it up there, you know that no one has it, so if you fake it, they can find out that it's you. But it's a good idea to do that. It's a good idea to do multiple part tasks. Like if you know there's a download, you can do that and then go to admin and do the upload. It looks very innocent. Just know roughly what the tasks work and how they go. So there's sabotages, venting, faking tasks, standing there. In the discussion phase, it's a good idea to try and help your fellow imposter, and in the regular gameplay, help them, but don't go too much so that they pair you together. So if one of you gets caught, they'll know who the other one is. So kind of balance that out a little bit, which is a pretty good thing. Make sure you always keep an eye out for the camera light, because killing in front of the camera will get you instantly caught. Also, make sure when you're killing someone, no one else is around. One of the best ways to do that is if you're going there, know which way you came from, and who sees you enter, and then go a little bit past whoever you want to kill to see if there's anyone coming the other way before coming back and killing someone. Here it would have been a safe kill because no one saw me enter, no one saw me with the person, so it's kind of clean, and I know I have an escape route. Another important detail as an imposter, just kind of keep an eye on what you're doing. Come up with a believable story, so if you get asked what you're doing, you're not going to just say and then get yourself caught by not coming up with a believable story. Just basically come up with alibis. It's okay to try and use other people as your alibis, but try and give them a reason why, like, hey, I was with this person, I couldn't have done it. Hopefully they'll vouch for you, and that can help get you off of some kills. The final part to this is just being a detective. Again, I can show you everything you can do as a detective as imposter, but I'll do it as crewmate just to make it a little more believable. Actually, I like this hat because it makes me feel like a detective, and that's why I wear the hat. Anyways, first and foremost, if someone is standing by a task, a common task, and you do not have that common task, ask them if they did the task. If they said yes, then they're clearly lying. They're an imposter. Easy solution. If someone is standing on one of the visual tasks, if you're next discussion, ask them, did you have that visual task? Were you doing it? And if they say yes, you can say, well, no, you're not, because the animation wasn't going off. You know they're the imposter. Those are the two easiest ways. Keeping an eye around who's around you is very good, because you'll know, hey, this person was next to me. Someone died, so they clearly did not do the kill. That's an easy way to do it. So process of elimination, just listen to stories if they don't add up. But the two tools are admin, table here. This will show you where everyone is. You can catch someone venting. How so? Just, if there's two heads here in medbay and one of them instantly goes to security, there is a vent that connects medbay to security, and you'll know the only way they could have gotten there that fast is through venting, and so on and so forth. If you see someone standing still for a long time in medbay, there's a chance that they are actually dead. So you can kind of get an idea of what's going on there. Also, if you're on the admin table and someone says that they're in cafeteria, but no one's on the cafeteria, they're clearly lying. You can catch them in lies in that way. Again, you can also use security camera just to get extra vision of the map and see if anyone goes to an area or anything like that. That is pretty much all I have to say, so I do hope this was helpful. Nothing was too specific, but I just wanted to give you a general overview of everything you can do to know how to play Among Us the best possible way, very simply. I hope you enjoyed it, and as always, yeah, that's it.